My name is Danielle, and this is Trying Matters. If you're looking for a no BS type podcast, this is it. I'm here to help make life fun and interesting and learn right alongside you how to be brave enough to go against the grain. Here, we'll be talking about real challenges and fears that are holding us women back from living our lives to the fullest. So let's shake things up a bit and actually start trying. Hello, guys. Welcome back or welcome in for the very first time to Trying Matters, to those of you who are new here and those of you who have been sticking around for all the episodes that we've had out, or even just a few of them. I am extremely excited today because what I have for you guys is it's exciting me. I am feeling aligned and just so many things. So before I get ahead of myself, let me back it up because my excitement is like whoop through the roof. Okay. So I want to make sure that my message gets across today and that I make sense. So I'm going to tone down my excitement just a little bit. But as always, this podcast is here to inspire you, motivate you, help you to live your best life. We're trying new things. We're trying more of what we love, all of that. And you'll see why I'm bringing that up in a bit. So I want to start off with a story because y'all know I love to tell stories and y'all know I love to talk about things that are relevant to me or someone that I have encountered in my recent, like right now, family, friends, in this case, one of my patients. I like to talk about those things that are happening in real time in my life, and hopefully you guys get something super beneficial from it. So, if you guys have been listening to this podcast, you know that it is my goal to do something big with it. And that has been a stumping thought process for me lately. I was so excited to do this and I knew I wanted to go in some kind of direction, and I've just kind of been doing partially what I wanted to do, but partially I think I was thinking too big. So I'm going to back it up a little bit. Last week, I want to say it was last week. Yes. So I've had this patient from the end of last week moving into this current week. When you see people in the hospital, because in case you didn't know, if this is your first time here, I'm a speech language pathologist. I work in a hospital setting. I see a lot of elderly adults. I see a wide variety of diagnoses. Most often, I am working with swallowing problems and voice and speech and cognitive things. So this particular patient that I had, the sweetest man ever. And it is not always a regular occurrence to have somebody smiling while they're in the hospital. And this man was smiling. Like, he was pleasant when I walked in the room. He was agreeable to me working with him. He ended up just being one of my favorite patients, I think, ever. And I've seen him before, like maybe when I first started this job. So this is my second time seeing him, which I hate that, boo, because, I don't like to see people coming back to the hospital for whatever reason, but him, I don't mind seeing. Hopefully I'll be able to see him, not in the hospital, but he's just such a positive energy kind of person. And after I was done with my evaluation, we sat and we talked for a little while. And I don't even really know how we got on the topic of his life, but we did. I mean, we started talking about what his career was and what he loved and what eventually caused him to retire. And the way that he spoke about his life, like the whole time he's just smiling. And he said, I've lived out my dream. And just to give you a little bit of background on what he did, he was a teacher, he was a band director, ended up becoming a principal. At some point, he was in charge of making sure all of the buildings within his school district were having appropriate updates, and there he was in charge of custodial staff. He told me, I've done everything within the school system, every role that you could possibly have, and I've loved every role that I've had. Eventually he did end up retiring because he really enjoyed the music side and like the teaching and the people work. And he was no longer doing that at that point. Plus, he was at retirement age, so he was like, whatever. I guess this is my way to gracefully exit the scene. But the thing that really stood out to me when we were talking about his life was, like I said, his smile and his genuine, joyful presence when retelling the story of what he did with his life up into this point. Now he is still like alive and kicking, you know? So he's still like, I'm still doing things that I love. I'm still playing music. I'm still singing. I'm doing all of that. And I'm still continuing to live out my dreams. And I was just like, wow, here I am in my regular day to day. Now, anybody in their job, you have the days where you're like, ugh, this is not a good day. Like, I wish I wouldn't have picked this, or I wish I was doing a different job. We all have that because the tedious, mundane, it gets old sometimes. And on days where you have, in my case, like high caseload, or you have really complex patients, and or you have patients that are throwing you out their room because they don't want to see you, or just really sticky situations with plans of care and things like that, at least in my setting, like sometimes it gets overwhelming, it gets overbearing, and we forget the reason why we started, and we lose the joy that we found in it initially. So I was thinking, here I am, and I'm forgetting the joy that I find in this job. In this job, I get to speak to people about their lives. I am a communication expert. That is my role. I am a swallowing expert, which don't make that dirty. People use that to me all the time. A swallowing expert. Ha ha. I play such a vital role in the plan of care and like what people's quality of life is going to be. And that is something that I absolutely love. Like, we're on this earth to make an impact, to live the best life that we are supposed to live, and like to do it with purpose and to have passion in the things that we do. And the joy sometimes gets taken away because we're focusing on the wrong things. And he had like one minuscule complaint when retelling his story. And I'm like, wow, I forget to focus on the things that bring me joy. And I don't always remember to have the gratitude for it. And I continue trying to think of like big ways that I can impact people on a massive level, and other jobs that I can have, because you know, on the days where I don't love my job, that's what I think about. I'm like, what else can I do with my life? Like, I know I'm meant for a whole lot, and maybe even meant for more than just what I'm doing right now. Not that it's not impactful and not important and doesn't bring me joy, but like at this current moment, I don't know if I see myself being an SLP for my entire life, because I want variety. I want a a taste of everything. I'm more than just an SLP. I am a multi-passionate, multifaceted human being, as we all are. We're not just one thing. Like, if you are a teacher, you're not just a teacher. You are likely a wife or a sister or a best friend. You are somebody who enjoys a plethora of things. And we'll get into that part in a moment. But we're more than just our career, and more than just something we enjoy, or whatever our role in a family element may be. And that's something that I've been really stuck on. I've been stuck on, like, I'm an SLP, I'm a wife, I'm a daughter, I'm a pup mom. Like, what can I do to make a big impact on people? And like, I'm a podcaster, and like, how do I make a big impact on that? And I forgot that I'm already making a really big impact. And I don't need to be this like multi-million-dollar entrepreneur, or I don't need to be famous, or I don't need to have this like super awesome like health and wellness, or like just some kind of whatever. I don't have to do something super big to impact people in a positive way. And I've been super focused on what's my next step in my journey? What is my next step? How can I do these big, giant, impactful things? And this story that I had with this patient really got me to understand that, like, why are we focusing so far into the future? We're forgetting the here and now, the things to be grateful for, and the passion that I have for the things in my life that are here in this part of my life right now. So that is where my brain was kind of going earlier this week before recording this. I want to do more of what I love. I want to have variety in my life. I want to have more fun. And like I said earlier, this podcast was started for me to encourage people to live life to the fullest, right? I've said that from day one, like, stop being scared to do the things that you love, or the big, scary goals that you have, or the dreams that you want to live out, in our case, that we're talking about with this specific story. And I wanted to inspire and motivate people to do that through this platform and through this podcast. But I've been so broad, and like I haven't been able to find a direction. And that was where I was saying like this big, big idea. And I'm like, well, he was a teacher and a principal, and he said he lived out his dream. Why am I thinking these big, giant, impactful things when I'm making impacts as an SLP? I'm making impacts as a speech therapist. But I want to do more than that in a different regard, to have the variety in my life, to do more of the fun things on my free time. And I was just thinking, like, I want to inspire, I want to motivate, but I want to inspire and motivate what? And for who? And how? And like, I've been stuck on that because there's so many things that I want to do and so many people I want to reach, and it's really just made me forget about little things. Okay, so hang on. I'm getting to a point here. So I feel like I've been trying to appeal to too many different demographics. I've been trying to like do this like people pleasing thing almost. Like, anybody can listen to this podcast, which absolutely. I've had men tell me like, broaden your podcast audience to women and men, and I'm like, well, no offense, guys. Like, y'all can listen for advice to like interact with women better, sure, but like, this podcast isn't for you. And I am not excluding moms from this, but I can't speak to being a mom because I'm not a mom, if that makes sense. Like, if you're a mom and you listen to this and you love it, keep on listening. I appreciate it. And I'm sure you're getting something beneficial from it. And that means the world to me. But when I'm saying some of these things, I've been keeping in the back of my mind, like, oh, let me make sure that I say this, but then I also disclaim this because I want everybody to get something from this. Truly, at this point, the people I really want to impact, and if this is you, like, awesome. I want to impact the people who are in a similar season of life as me. So, people who are newlyweds, people who are new pup moms, people who are wanting to have more variety and fun in their life, people who don't have a whole bunch of extra responsibilities. And you're going to figure out why I'm saying that, like I said, in a moment. So hang on. Because I have found in my current season of life, I am looking to the outside to guide myself in whatever direction I'm trying to go in. When I have so many different ideas in so many different directions, and I'm looking to other people on social media and I'm doing this like comparison game. I'm like, oh, well, this person has a podcast. Like I should be doing X, Y, and Z because I want to do X, Y, and Z, or I think I want to do maybe this, or maybe this, or maybe there's no direction. And it's making me frustrated. And then again, I'm forgetting about the passion and the purpose behind all of this because I'm thinking so big that I can't even focus on the parts of it that I enjoy. So, like, I'm looking and I'm like, oh, this person's traveling a whole lot. Oh, I'm so jealous. Oh, this person is like, uh, going and trying new places to eat all the time. Oh my gosh, I want to do that. Like, I wish I could do that. Or this person is decorating their house and like doing all these super cool, intricate things that like that would be so fun to do. Or this person's trying new recipes and like that's super cool. I want to do that. Oh, but I can't because XYZ. And I start excluding myself from things that I think are really cool because of why? Because I think I don't have time to, because I think that's not me, that's her, or I don't know. I don't logistically, I don't know how to figure that out. And then like I get jealous and then I get angry and then I'm like, why did I even get on social media to begin with? And what I want to start doing, one, I want to stop getting on social media just to like see what other people are doing, which honestly, I've been telling y'all to like contact me on social media. Y'all know if you've listened to this podcast, I absolutely hate social media. It is not my thing. I will admit it 100%. I just don't like it. I do because I know my tendencies when I get on there and I'm not at the point where like I feel like it's a safe environment for me to go and not fall into the traps that I've fallen into before. So, what I'm getting at with this is rather than me getting on there and getting jealous of what people are doing, I'm going to use that as inspiration to do the things that I see them doing that I want to do also. So rather than me getting all upset and annoyed and like, oh, the comparison game, I'm not going to do that anymore. If I ever do get on social media, I'm going to see those things and I'm going to write it down and be like, oh, good idea. And I'm going to stop sitting here and saying, like, oh, I wish, oh, if only, what's stopping me? And then there's another aspect of this too. Like, I tend to see that kind of stuff, see what other people are doing, get jealous, feel defeated. And then, like, I have a husband who travels a lot. He gets to do a lot of cool things while I'm at home doing my normal day to day. My normal day to day is wake up, take care of the dog, go to work, come home, take care of the dog, maybe record a podcast, do a workout, sometimes cook dinner, just depends. But it's pretty much the same thing. And then like sit and watch my show on Netflix. Or when he's in town, like we'll watch our show together. But I'm constantly kind of being bored with my day to day and like seeking more in some way, shape, or form. And then like I see him doing all these really cool things, and I'm like, bro, this sucks. Like I'm at home, twiddling my thumbs, bored. Ugh. It's like I don't know how to do the things that I enjoy in life when I'm by myself. And there's a lot of time in my life, just at this season of my life, with my situation with my husband traveling a lot and like we don't have kids and my friends and my family are kind of scattered around. We're not all in one place. So it's not as convenient as like, hey, come stop by after work for a little while and, let's hang out. And all of that starts to like cloud what I think I'm capable of doing in my free time and like how I want to spend my time and enjoy the things that I like to do. So that's another reason why I'm like, okay, let's reevaluate here. Let's reevaluate. So this patient that I saw loves his life still, even as he's in the hospital. Lived out his dream of being a musician, being a teacher or principal, making an impact. And it wasn't this massive thing that he did that was like cool to do at the time. I see people on social media. I see my husband. They're all doing things that they love and they enjoy. What is stopping me from doing that? So, like I said, I'm getting there. We're getting there. This is the part. This is the part. Okay. So, if you haven't picked up on it at this point, I want to commit to doing more of what I love because I'm tired of sitting here going, wah, poor me, woe is me. I have no one to do fun things with. I have nothing fun to do ever. And I want to enjoy my life more. What things do I like to do? I'm tired of sitting here, as somebody I heard in a podcast the other day, giving it lip service, just talking about it. Like, when are we going to take action, Danielle? Hello? Like, stop sitting here wishing. You're not going to wish your life into a better situation. You got to take action. So, this is where you guys come in. So, okay. I am going to, like I said, commit to doing more of what I love. And the first thing that I am super excited about, I'm going to do a series on this, okay? I'm getting kind of scatterbrained here because I've been talking this out with my husband. I've been talking this out on my voice memos, and like I have some things jotted down, and I want to make sure it makes sense. So bear with me. I want to create a community between us. Okay. I've talked about this before. I've been using social media kind of, and like I said, I don't like it. It's not effective for me. And if I really want to make connections with you guys as listeners, I need to do something different that works for me, that I enjoy, that I feel a real connection with, and like I can commit to in a way that feels good to me, that I, again, enjoy and have fun with. So I am going to create a text list. We are going to, I don't know how to do it. Y'all are going to be people that I tried this out with for the first time. I've been in text lists before and for various different communities and all this kind of stuff. And this is something that I just think is really cool. And I can connect with you guys on more of a one-on-one level, which is really what I enjoy. And if that's something you enjoy, like, you're going to want to get in this. So it is going to be a doing more of what we love challenge. Okay. So we're talking like actually making legit moves to do more of what we love on a weekly basis, because sitting here and wishing that we're living the life that we want ain't gonna cut it. Like, we need to actually commit to what we want our lives to be like, and we need to like have steps to figure that out. Because honestly, I've been saying, I want to go take a dance class. I want to paint more. I want to make fun new recipes more. I want to go on a hike. I want to go kayaking. Like, I want to do all these fun things, yet I never actually do them. Like, this past week, I finally was like, let's do a painting with a twist at my house. And I had a few friends over, and like we each had a glass of wine, and we got like a paint by number thing, which, by the way, there's levels for painting by number. And if you're just starting out like me, maybe get the easy level. We learned that the hard way. But it was something that I had been thinking about doing, that I'm like, this would be really fun to do. Why haven't I done this before? Like, I love doing creative things. Like, let's do more of that. So that's what this community that we're going to be creating through this text community, text list, is going to be. We are going to figure out what our things are that we really enjoy. We're going to make like a vision board slash things I love board, and we're going to go back to it. And we're going to, through this text community, me and you, we're going to actually do more of what we love, because we're going to hold each other accountable to do that. That way we can be living our lives to the fullest. We can bring the fun and the joy back into the mundane. If you're anything like me, snaps, if this is you, we love a good routine. I love knowing what to expect. But when it comes to having that routine, sometimes we focus so much on the structure and so much on the to-do list, and then it gets us stressed and anxious, and we're juggling too many serious things, and we forget to have fun. We forget to be grateful for the little things, like having an afternoon where I play with my dog, or having a dance party at my house. Like, y'all know I talk about these things all the time. Snaps, if that's you. We want to do more of what we enjoy. We want to live our life to the fullest. So if you are in that boat and you're like, you know what? I'm tired of saying I want to do these fun things and not doing them. You're going to want to get in the text list. I'm going to put the number in the comments, in the show notes, down below. If you're listening, if you're watching, it's going to be in there with the description. So, like I said, the text list. You're going to, if you want to get in on this have more fun challenge, which you totally should, because why would you not want to have more fun? Duh. And why would you not want to try new things? Because you guessed it, I always say it, trying matters. Just fits all the time, all throughout my life. So you're going to want to text 985-273-0829. I'm going to say it again. And like I said, it's going to be in the show notes, the description. 985-273-0829. And I want you to type fun challenge. And then you're going to put your favorite emoji so that I can see what your favorite emoji is. And we can like chat and do more fun things with our fun emojis. And I can like send it to you and be like, hey, hope you're having a great day. Boom, here's your fun emoji that you love. And then you can see my fun emojis that I love. And then we can bond and we can become friends and we can do all kinds of fun things together because that's what this is all about. Okay, so fun challenge. We will be getting started with like actual steps come next week. Step 1 is to get your booty on the text list, okay? That's what we're going to do first. Once you're on the text list, come next week, we're going to be actually deciding what we want to do and how we're going to do it and so on and so forth. Okay, I don't know how long this series is going to be, but we at least have 2 episodes so far. Because next week, I'm already planning for next week's episode. You're going to want to listen because how else are you going to know what's going on and what fun things I'm trying? And then what fun things you're committing to that we're going to be doing, talking about, having fun, all of that. Okay, that's it. That's what I got. We're going to live our lives to the fullest. Woo! Okay, goodbye for real. Thank you so much for listening. Have a wonderful day, night, morning, evening, middle of the midnight. I don't know. I can't think of any other times. I always do this. It's called word vomit, I'm pretty sure. But you get it. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate you. I love you. And I cannot wait for us to do fun things together. Yay! Okay, bye. Thank you so much for listening in. I hope you got a little inspiration to start taking steps towards whatever it is you've been wanting to try. If you love this episode, share it on socials and tag me. I'd love to hear how it helped you. And of course, we got to get the word out to the other women who are needing that little extra push like you and I do. Can't wait to talk to you soon.